Hello everyone, this is Food Poison from MGS and welcome back to another video. Today we are starting probably a short series, a visual novel series called Trick and Treat. Not Trick or Treat, but Trick and Treat. I think this is supposed to be a bit of a more Halloween theme, but it did come out around the end of December, and it's one of the free games on Steam, and I just kind of wanted to try it out because I do enjoy visual novels, and it actually has a pretty interesting storyline because it's not supposed to be it's supposed to be a bit creepy, I think. I'm not sure, but we'll find out as always. As always, we'll find out. I think it happens like in the woods, like I get lost or something. All right. And I believe I just play as the character meeting two girls, I believe. I think. Alright. The sound of our steps, combined with that of the occasional nocturnal animal, is the only thing we can hear. It's terribly dark in this place. The dense vegetation makes it impossible to see the sky or light from the moon. Our flashlights are the only things that light up our way. At times like this, one begs to not run out of battery. It kind of actually reminded me of Outlast when I said that. We walk without knowing what we are really looking for, or better said, for no reason. We're just a group of boys bored with our lives, trying to create lasting memory on this night instead of just staying home doing nothing. Today is October 31st, All Hallows Eve, better known as Halloween. 3 young men walk through the dark, but up until now, nothing special, Forrest, me being one of them. We are doing it to prove our courage. It's too bad there isn't a girl to see how brave we are. Saying it like that, one could say that this is meaningless effort. For a moment, I stop to look at my watch. It is 1:49 a.m. That means we have been walking aimlessly for more than 2 hours now. Wow, really? I am sure that many people would find a place like this terrifying, but once you get used to it, the fear disappears, making it feel like normal. What makes us afraid of the dark is that we cannot know what hides in it, what lurks in the shadows. But this is clearly an empty darkness. At that moment, I sigh, feeling how tired my legs are. What is the point of being here? Clearly, we had already demonstrated what we wanted. It would be best to return. I should tell them. Oh no, the fog! I was about to speak when suddenly the atmosphere in the forest becomes strange. Suddenly, a cold chill runs through my body. It was like any other chill, except it was not going away. For no reason, the air's temperature dropped from 1 second to another. So much so, my breath becomes visible, turning into mist. It doesn't end there. The air is now filled with a rotten smell, just like a little short from being unbearable. Images of worms and flies soon appear in my mind, giving me a really unpleasant feeling. We all stop at that moment. What's happening? His name is Axel. I asked, my name is Axel. I asked, confused while turning to look at my friends. By the expression of their faces, on their faces, it was easy to know that they were just as lost as I was. It was then we heard footsteps nearby that did not come from any of us. We all got dead quiet after that. I don't know if it was out of fear or to check if it was not a mistake, but we stayed motionless, like statues, without making a noise. It's not gonna do a jump scare on me, is it? just looking at each other's faces, wondering the same thing. Friend. His name is Friend. We know he's gonna die. What was happening? As if I could know. We heard the steps again. They clearly belong to a human, or at least a large animal, but there's something strange about them. It sounds as if the person was walking. As if the person walked dragging one foot. Just thinking about it made me shiver. Damn, why is this happening? It makes no sense. We should have returned home before now, but now it's too late to regret it. I have the feeling that we are being stalked by someone. The strange footsteps stop, but I'm still feeling the presence nearby. I don't know where it is, but I know that it's looking at me. That cursed thing is looking at me. My heart is beating anxiously. It's almost as if my body was telling me to get out of there. But strangely, my friends seem unable to perceive it. It seems that it's gone. It must have been just an animal, said one of them, convinced that we were safe. I would like to believe that too. We had a sigh of relief. However, bad luck would soon strike us again. It's like, what? Unexpectedly, the forest became darker than before, just in the blink of an eye. But that wasn't the fault of the forest, but of our flashlights, which went out. Of the three, only one, mine, was still working. What's going on? Did the batteries die? Asked one of them, scared, while they both beat them desperately, as if that was going to revive them. I can't blame them. The idea of walking in the darkness was not pleasant for anyone. But after a few moments, we had no choice but to resign ourselves to do that. Once more, the sound of our footsteps is heard. But the silence is different now. We are not quiet because we have nothing to say, but we are afraid. We continue walking despite the fear that invades us. Visibility is almost zero, but we have no choice. In theory, we were walking back looking for the exit, but I cannot remember anything of this forest. We could be walking in circles and I would never notice it until it's too late. I hate the thought of it. I just want to go, I just want to get out of here. Okay. Suddenly my thoughts are silenced. To hear the footsteps of someone or something. Once more, the three of us become statues awaiting the presence to go. I hold my breath while feeling my heart beating anxiously. Damn, get away from here and leave us alone. I didn't know it was a yelling with the exclamation mark, but I thought it was like a quiet thing. Unexpectedly, the steps are heard closer. This time, they do not disappear, but rather come at us. I can't stand it. Desperately, I move my flashlight everywhere looking at the author of those footsteps. For the author. Hoping for the light to reveal their identity and erase our fears. Nothing. Is that all the sound, is that all there is out here, around here? Just empty air? He's like rhyming too. My anxiety grows with each failed attempt. I refuse to believe that it was a ghost. Suddenly, when I move the flashlight again, I see a silhouette. I kind of expected to see something. I could not distinguish what it was, but for a moment, the light revealed something. Quickly, I point the same place, only to discover it was gone. I hold my breath anxiously. It was not an illusion. I'm sure that I saw something. It was then I hear something nearby. Without even thinking, I aim the light towards that place. What I found leaves us paralyzed with an expression of disbelief in our faces. It's a cat? It is a white cat with eyes of an intense red which stands before us. Her looks is not the friendliest, to say something. Somehow I get the feeling it was a female cat. Suddenly she lets out a thunderous meow that leaves us terrified. It sounded more like a lion roaring than a simple cat. The echo of her meow is heard throughout the forest, making it sound more sinister than it should be. It was then that suddenly an inexplicable force hits us three. Oh. I fall on the ground, and little by little, my eyes close. The fatigue becomes unbearable. I lose conscience on the ground of the forest without knowing what was going to happen with me. Happen to you, maybe? Interlude before nightfall. Alright. It is a day like any other, so normal that it was almost painful. The only special thing that could be said about it is that it's October 31st. Far were the memories where when I was a kid and I went out with my friends. Oh, okay, so this is a little bit ahead of time, I guess, to ask for sweets from house to house. Just remembering it made me sigh. I feel nostalgic. Some things were better when I was a child, or at least seems like that. There were some who had good costumes, whether of superheroes, or monsters. My friends and I, on the other hand, had to use our imagination. Creativity was our costume, you could say, no matter how funny it could sound. I remember that my mother once painted my face red, and told me, "You will be the devil." But it seems only she saw it that way. When we went from home to home, everyone said I was the tomato man. But those things didn't matter to me, since we always had a good time. That's good. If I asked for candy now, even if I had the best costume, I'm sure no one would give me anything, except perhaps a scolding for acting like a child when I'm 17 years old. But anyway, I can't stay in the past. I must live in the present, no matter how little exciting that might be. Back to reality, we are a group of friends who don't have any plans for today. We are still not old enough to go to a disco. And I doubt guys as us would have any luck in that environment. The other option would be to go to a party, meet girls, and have fun. I've said everything perfect except that nobody has invited us. Not being popular has its disadvantages. Hey Axel, let's have a couple matches. What do you say? My friend Steven called my attention while playing with the game console. Rush Red, I believe that's what the game is called, a fast and quite complicated fighting game for me. I will normally agree to play with him, but for some reason, I don't feel in the mood today. I have no desire to play now. I wonder if anyone speaks like that these days. I replied with discouragement. I almost feel bad for doing it. Boring. The AI is no rival for me. Steven said with confidence that you're playing on normal difficulty. That does not help your argument. I don't feel like losing, but if you want, you can challenge to Alfred. I said, leading the attention to my other friend. I don't know how to play that, answered Alfred, doubting for a second. He is sitting behind the PC, but it seems that he isn't doing anything interesting. The screen only shows a lot of text. I think he is in Wikipedia. Hey, don't you have something more fun to do? I asked with discouragement, without even thinking about what he was reading. Alfred looks at me surprised. The actual problem of society is that people are not interested in discovering their history. He is one of those pseudo-intellectuals, always looking for any rare information to appear smarter than others. When we forget our past mistakes, we are doomed to repeat them, he added later. What are you talking about? This village is small and its story is not interesting at all. Nothing out of the normal has ever happened in it. Alfred laughs mockingly after hearing that. Your ignorance is worthy of praise. He pauses, filling his chest with pride. The very fact it is a small town is the reason it's full of mysteries. Did you know that 20 years ago on this date, a man disappeared? So, what about it? I asked without being impressed or even being interested in the least. Things like that happens all the time in all places. As I thought, you don't know the history despite living in this very place. Alfred said while adjusting his glasses in an arrogant gesture. There's a legend behind the disappearance. That is what I was reading. After listening to him, I looked back at the computer screen with curiosity. It's then I noticed that it was not Wikipedia, but some other page. Come on, read this and learn a little. Okay, so I think this is where I'm gonna end because I think this is starting to drag a little bit, but I will have to continue this and we'll find out. I was kind of hoping to actually end it a little bit before the interlude started, but I just wanted to get a little bit of a head start on the whole story. So yeah. Hopefully you guys are. Yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this one. It's not. I thought that this was gonna be a more visual novel. I guess this is a visual novel, but I didn't know it was gonna be like this gloomy and dark mood visual novel, which is pretty interesting. And it was actually kind of creepy in the beginning. I didn't think that it was gonna be that bad, but it was actually kind of creepy. But anyways, with that, this is where I'm going to end, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you guys haven't already, or if it's your first time here. Really helps me out when you guys do that. And yeah, with that, thank you so much for watching the video once again. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.